I have never lost money on a deal. I am a mobile home flipper and I flip mobile homes in trailer parks. So I'm going to jump into why it is that I've never lost money on a deal. I'm also going to link for you down below my worst deal ever. So you should watch that one next. And I also have a resource on how to fix and flip mobile homes. So if you're brand new to my channel, my name is Steph. Make sure you subscribe because I put out videos like this one every single day. So I love flipping mobile homes in trailer parks. I've never flipped a traditional home because the return on investment is completely different and it is much skinnier profit margins with any kind of traditional house flip. And there's a lot of reasons why that is, but I'm not going to get into that today. I just want to talk to you about why it is that I've never lost money on a deal. And even as a beginner, I had zero experience in rehabbing anything. I'd never invested in any real estate. I'd never flipped a house. I'd never bought a house even to have as a rental. I had never hired a contractor. Nothing. I was a stay-at-home mom for 20 years and I was raising babies for 20 years. And then I decided I wanted to get into some kind of house flipping venture because I saw what people were doing with real estate investments. And I thought this is a great way to either get some cash flow coming in or gain some capital so I could go invest in other things. So I had an interest in this and I tuned into things like Bigger Pockets and I bought books and listened to podcasts and watched YouTube videos. And I was really intrigued by the whole idea of investing, but doing it at the huge level that, with hundreds of thousands of dollars in loans and small profit margins, that seemed really intimidating to me. And I started hearing about how people were going out of state and they were investing in real estate out of their area. If they lived in a more expensive area, they would go to other areas of the country that were a lot cheaper for investing. And that seemed like there's no way there's no way I'm going to invest in something out of state as a complete beginner. That was an entire I did not know. That was not for me. And I know people do it and that's great. It just wasn't for me. So I thought, what can I do to invest in something that is in my area? But it's an expensive area of the country with like rising real estate costs. Like when I started in 2019, everything was going through the roof here. And there was little chance that I was going to be able to buy anything for less than $300,000. So I thought, I don't know. I heard about mobile homes in trailer parks. Okay. And I thought, okay, maybe there's a market for maybe I could do this. And what I found was nobody else was paying any attention to these little homes. These little homes are sitting there in these trailer parks that have never had any updating. And these are homes from like the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And I would contact mobile home parks and they're like, we've got mobile homes that are just sitting here. Like people have walked away from them. And I was like, are you kidding me? I saw a potential in my city, and I've been doing this since then, and only mobile homes and trailer parks. And what I found was because there's no land, okay, there's no land associated with these. I'm buying just the home, and then the land underneath that it sits on is rented. So the mobile home park owner owns the land, and then they have the lots available for rent. And so the homes sit right on the land. And, and when I'm talking about mobile homes, I'm talking about manufactured homes. Like they're not actually mobile. We're not talking about RVs here. Okay. We're talking about manufactured homes. So they're mobile, but not really. I mean, it costs like $10,000 to move a mobile home. So they're not exactly mobile, but I saw that these homes were just sitting there that had not had any updating. They were no updating, no, like a lot of times, like not even any maintenance done to them, like very little had been done to these homes. And I thought, I could probably get these for really, really cheap and learn the ropes of house flipping without going and spending hundreds of thousands of dollars or getting loans for hundreds of thousands of dollars. So that's what I did in 2019, and I'm still doing it. So I create huge profit margins. So because these homes have depreciated so much, they have very little value when I buy them. And really a few $1,000s. I've gotten homes for free. I bought one for $500. I have a ton of students, by the way, also who are getting them for even today in 2026. I had a student just yesterday tell me he bought one for $1,000. So they are very, very inexpensive. And then getting the work done to them is also it's not cost prohibitive. It's the rehab is much, much smaller and much more manageable. So that's what I did. And when I buy my homes and I am looking at my budget, I buy them for a certain price, and then I will put in some renovations to them, and then I just sell them for whatever the market value is for that particular park. So I am creating this valuable home. What was once totally invaluable now has value to someone who wants a very, very affordable home. So my homes sell for a fraction of the price of real estate just down the street. So I am able to provide the affordable housing to someone who can't afford $500,000 mortgage, which in my area, that's the average cost of a home. My homes, my mobile homes sell for $50,000 or $70,000. Some of them sell for $100,000, but that is kind of my price range right now. But when I create the point of this video is to describe to you how I don't lose money on a deal. The reason I don't lose money on a deal is because I structure my deals with so much profit margin. So I structure mine with 100% profit margin, meaning I'm doubling my money. So let's say I invest 10, well, we'll just say, let's say I invest $20,000. I purchase the home for 10,000. I put in 10,000 on a rehab. Then I'm all in for 20 and I'm selling the home for 40. So that means I'm doubling my investment. That's 100% return on investment. So I structure all of my deals with that kind of profit margin so that if something goes wrong, if it ends up sitting on the market for a little bit longer, or if the rehab is a little bit more, I am never losing money on my deals because I can structure my deals with so much profit margin. And my students are doing the exact same thing. They're learning the exact same strategies. I have the student that I just mentioned that purchased his home for $1,000. He put $8,000 into it in the rehab. He had a few other expenses. So he's all in for $10,000. He's going to be able to sell that home for $30,000. He's going to have a 200% return on investment. So there's a lot of profit margin that is created with these homes. That's why I've never lost money on a deal. I will link for you guys down below, though, my worst deal ever, so you can see that one. That was super fun. And my resource on how to fix and flip mobile homes. So I will see you guys in the next video.